Hi dear children, I hope all of you are safe at home. Today we are going to study social studies. We have already studied half of our first lesson. Today we will continue it. Before starting the lesson, let's revise what we studied in our previous class. Do you remember the name of our lesson? Yes, it was the early human beings. Then, can you say where the early human beings lived? Yes, the early human beings lived in forest, which was covered with large wild animals. Then we studied that the early human beings were called as hunter-gatherers. Why we call them as hunter-gatherers? Because these people used to hunt animals and also they used to gather fruits and nuts from the jungle. So do you know the meaning of the word gather? Gather means collect. So that is, the early human beings were called hunter-gatherers because they used to hunt animals and they used to gather fruits, roots and nuts from the jungle. Okay, so these people are called hunter-gatherers because they used to hunt animals and gather fruits, roots and nuts from the forest. Then, these people, the early human beings, were known as nomads. You know who are nomads? Nomads are the people who move from one place to another. They didn't have a permanent home. The early human beings were called nomads because these people also used to move from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter. Okay, so the early human beings were called nomads because they used to move from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter. Then, do you know why did the early human beings find shelter? The early human beings sought shelter in caves and on trees. So, in our previous class, we studied that as they lived in thick forest, they had to face harsh climate and large wild animals. So, in order to protect themselves from these harsh climate and wild animals, they sought shelter in caves and on trees. Then we studied about the clothing of early human beings. How did the early human beings cover their body? The early human beings used animal skin and leaves to cover their body. So, which were the materials used by the early human beings to cover their body? It was animal skin and leaves. Okay, the early human beings used animal skin and leaves to cover their body. Okay, in our last class, we studied this much. Today, we will study some more things about the early human beings. Look at this picture. Here, you can see the children are doing painting and drawing. I think you also do some drawing when you get free time. You know, like this, the early human beings also used to paint on the walls of the caves where they used to take rest. Here in this picture, you can see the early man drawing pictures on the walls of the caves where they used to live. Here you can see some more cave paintings of the early human beings. You know, these paintings are very important for us because these cave paintings gives us lots of information about the early human beings. Look here, you can see a hunting scene, and here we can see the animals. Okay, that is, from these pictures we can understand how the early human beings used to hunt animals, and also we can understand which were the animals lived during that period. Okay, so we get lots of information about the early human beings from these cave paintings. Look here, what is the importance of cave paintings? The cave paintings gives us lots of information about the early human beings. Let's revise it. Early human beings created beautiful wall paintings in the caves they lived. Now, what is the importance of these cave paintings? By studying these cave paintings, we get an idea of what kind of life they led during that time. Okay? What is the importance of cave paintings? By studying the cave paintings, we get an idea of what kind of life they led during that time. Now, look at this picture. Here, you can see a scissor. By using a scissor, we can easily cut a cloth. Here, a knife is there. Knife is used to cut different things. Now, here a hammer is there. A hammer is used to strike a nail. So this scissor, this knife and the hammer are the different tools we use today. The different tools which we use today makes our life easier and comfortable. Then what is a tool? A tool to make our life, make our activity easier. The tool is a thing which makes our work easier. So as I told you, we have loads of tools which helps us in our work. But you know, the early men were not aware of these types of tools. They didn't have tools like this because they were not aware of metals. So they used stones for making tools. That is, the first tools of human beings were made of stone. Okay, the first tools of human beings were made of stone. See, when they began to use stones as their tool, they used it for hunting. They used the tools for hunting and also for digging and also for building. Okay? They used the stone tools for hunting, digging and for building. So when they began to use the stone tools for their activities, their work became easier, and the use of stone tools was an important development in the life of early human beings. Okay? The use of stone tools made their life easier. That is, their life changed when they began to use the stone tools. And the use of stone tools was an important development in the life of early human beings. Let's revise it. An important advancement for early human beings was the development and the use of tools. Tools allowed them to hunt, build and dig. This made their life easier. Okay, so when they began to use the stone tools in their activities, their life became easier and it was an important advancement for early human beings. What is the meaning of the word advancement? Advancement means progress. Okay. The life of early human beings progressed because of the use of stone tools. Okay. Then the early men noticed that the broken tools had sharp edges. Okay. At first they used the stones which were lying on the ground. Then later they noticed that the broken tools had sharp edges. Slowly they learned how to make the stones sharper. That is, they found out that it is easy to kill an animal by using a sharper stone. So, as they noticed that the broken tools had sharp edges, they began to sharpen their tools. These people began to use the stone tools in most of their activities. That is, they used the stone tools for hunting, digging, and also for building. So the long period when the early human beings depended on stone tools for doing their activities came to be known as Stone Age. Okay, Stone Age is the period when the early human beings used the stone tools in most of their activities. That period came to be known as Stone Age. Okay, let's revise it again. The first tools of human beings were made of stone. Early human beings observed means noticed, that broken stones had sharp edges. This period is called the Stone Age. Gradually, they learned to produce sharpened tools. Gradually means slowly. Slowly, they learned to produce sharpened tools. Now look here, I told you that the people liked sharp tools. Here you can see a stone tool used by the early human beings. It is called scraper. See, the early human beings used the stone scrapers for removing the skin of animals. Then here, a stone axe is here. It was used for the stone axes were used for killing and cutting things. The stone axes were used for killing animals and also for cutting things. Then this tool is called stone scraper. Stone scrapers were used for removing the skin of animals. Okay, so here you can see two stone tools used by the early human beings. One is a stone scraper. It was used for removing the skin of animals. Here you can see a stone axe. It was used for killing animals and also for cutting things. Okay, let's revise it. Stone scrapers were used for removing the skin of animals. Stone axes were used for cutting and killing animals. Okay, and which were the two types of stone tools used by the early human beings? The stone scraper and also the stone axe. Look here. Here you can see different types of stone tools used by the early human beings. See, these stones are little rough. These are smaller and sharper. Here these stones are very sharper stones, and these people also began to fit the stones on wooden piece. That is, they used different types of stone tools. Some were rough, some were smaller and sharper, some tools were too sharper. Then, here look, these are rough stones, These stones belongs to the first stage of the Stone Age period. First stage. Then, this belongs to the later period. Then, these stones, here look at this picture. Here the stones are little bigger and rough. Then the second stage, it becomes smaller and sharper. And in third stage, it becomes more sharper. So on the basis of the tool design, or on the basis of the design of the tools, historians divide the Stone Age into 3 periods. Okay? Look here, historians divide the Stone Age into 3 different periods. Then, who are historians? Historians are the people who study about the past. Okay? Historians are the people who study about the past. Then, on the basis of the design of these stone tools of the early human beings, the historians divide the Stone Age period into 3 parts. Okay? Who are historians? Historians are the people who study about the past. The early human beings lived thousands of years ago. Okay, so the historians divide the Stone Age period on the basis of the design of stone tools made by these early human beings. Now, the 3 parts or 3 divisions of the Stone Age are: first one, Paleolithic or Old Stone Age. Second one, Mesolithic or Middle Stone Age. Third one, Neolithic or New Stone Age. Okay, the 3 divisions of Stone Age are Paleolithic or Old Stone Age, Mesolithic or Middle Stone Age, Neolithic or New Stone Age. So these stones, it belongs to the Paleolithic period. Okay, this is the first stage of Stone Age, first part of the Stone Age. This Paleolithic period is also known as Old Stone Age. Then the second period is known as Mesolithic period. Okay, the second period is known as, the second stage is known as Mesolithic period. It's also known as Middle Stone Age. Then comes the third stage, that is the Neolithic Age. It's also known as Old Stone Age. So, let's revise it again. These are the three divisions of Stone Age period, that is on the basis of stone design. We have divided it into three parts. First one, Paleolithic period or Old Stone Age. Second one, Mesolithic period or Middle Stone Age. Here, Neolithic Age or Neolithic period. It's also known as Old Stone Age. So these are the three periods of Stone Age. Which are they? Paleolithic period, Mesolithic period or Neolithic Age. Oh, here I have made a mistake. Here, what is it? It is New Stone Age. It's not Old Stone Age. It is New Stone Age. Okay. Okay. So, here Neolithic Age or New Stone Age. Why this is called New Stone Age? Because here, look at the stone tools. The tools are more sharper and polished than the other two periods. That is, the tools of the New Stone Age are more sharpened and polished than the Mesolithic or Middle Stone Age and the Old Stone Age. So, let's revise it again. The historians divide the Stone Age period into three parts. First one, Paleolithic period or Old Stone Age. Next one, Mesolithic period or Middle Stone Age. Then comes Neolithic period or New Stone Age. Once again, why the third stage is known as New Stone Age? Because the stones of the third stage are more polished and sharper than the first two periods. So, this division has been made on the basis of the stone tool design. Okay, then which period is known as the Stone Age? That is the long period when the early human beings used stone tools in most of their activities came to be known as Stone Age. And the historians divide the Stone Age into three different periods. First one, Paleolithic period. Second one, Mesolithic period. Third one, Neolithic Age or Neolithic period. Then, these divisions are done on the basis of stone tool design of the early human beings. Okay, once again, The Stone Age has been divided into 3 periods. First one, Paleolithic or Old Stone Age. Second one, Mesolithic or Middle Stone Age. Third one, Neolithic or New Stone Age. Here, the word paleo means old. The word lithos, here the lithos means stones. See, this paleo and litho are the Greek words. Greek is a language like English. So the word Paleolithic means Old Stone Age. Now here, the word Meso means middle. Then lithos means stone. So Mesolithic age or Middle Stone Age. Then Neo means new. So Neolithic or New Stone Age. These are the 3 periods of Stone Age. So have you understood which period is known as Stone Age? That is the long period in which the early human beings used stone tools in most of their activities came to be known as Stone Age. And the historians divides the Stone Age into 3 periods. Okay, so the Stone Age has been divided into 3 periods. Then, who are called historians? Historians are the people who study about the past. Okay, let's revise once again what we studied today. First, the importance of cave paintings. The cave paintings of early human beings gives us an idea of what kind of life they led during that time. Okay, so today we studied the importance of cave paintings. What is the importance of cave paintings? The cave paintings gives us an idea of what kind of life they led during that period. Then, the first tools of early human beings were made of stone. Okay. Then, the stone tools allowed them to hunt, build, and also to dig. Then this made their life easier, and this period is called Stone Age. How did the stone tools help the early human beings? It helped them to hunt, build, and dig. And these stone tools made their life easier. When they began to use the stone tools in their activities, their life became more comfortable and easier. Then, the stone scrapers I told you that they used 2 types of stone tools. One was stone scrapers. The stone scrapers were used for removing the skin of animals. Then, the stone axes were used for cutting and killing of animals. Then, we studied about the 3 different periods of Stone Age. Which were the 3 different periods of Stone Age? First one, Paleolithic or Old Stone Age. Second one, Mesolithic or Middle Stone Age. Third one, Neolithic or New Stone Age. So today we studied about the importance of cave paintings. What is the importance of cave paintings? Cave paintings helps us to understand about the life of the people during that period. Then we studied about the invention of stone tools. For what purpose they used the stone tools? How did it help them? It helped them to hunt, to build and to dig. And the long period in which the early human beings used stone tools in most of their activities came to be known as Stone Age. When we studied about those two types of stone tools used by our early human beings, which were they? Yes, first one the stone scrapers, second one the stone axes. Then we studied about the three different periods of Stone Age. Which were the three different periods? First one, Paleolithic or Old Stone Age, Mesolithic or Middle Stone Age, then Neolithic or New Stone Age. Okay children, let's do some exercises. First question, the first tools of early human beings were made of, in the bracket it's given iron, bronze, stone. Which is the answer? The first tools of early human beings were made of stone. So here stone is the answer. Second question, the Old Stone Age is also called Paleolithic, Neolithic, Mesolithic. The answer is the Old Stone Age is also called Paleolithic. Now, the third question. Early human beings learned to use stones as bed, clothes, tools. Which is the answer? Early human beings learned to use stones as tools. The answer is tools. Now, fourth question. The Stone Age can be divided into dash periods. In the bracket, 2, 3, 4. Which is the answer? Yes, 3 periods. Fifth question, the stone tools were made to help early human beings dash. In the bracket, it's given grow trees, build rooms, dig and cut. Answer is dig and cut. That is, the stone tools were made to help early human beings dig and cut. Okay. Now children, here some new words are there for you. Let's read it together. First one, hunter-gatherers. We studied that the early human beings were called hunter-gatherers because they used to hunt animals and they used to gather fruits, roots, nuts, etc. from the forest. So first word, hunter-gatherers. Second, we studied the word nomads. The early human beings were called nomads because they moved from one place to another in search of food, water and shelter. Then we studied about the Stone Age, the long period in which the early human beings used stones in almost all their activities came to be known as Stone Age. Then we studied about scrapers. Scrapers are stone tools used by the early human beings to remove the skin of animals. Then, advancement. What is the meaning of the word advancement? Advancement means progress. We studied that when the early human beings began to use stone tools to perform their activities, there came advancement in their life. That is, their life progressed. Now, these are the three divisions of the Stone Age. First one, Paleolithic Age, Mesolithic Age, Neolithic Age. These three are the divisions of Stone Age. Let's read the word once again. Hunter-gatherers, nomads, Stone Age, strappers, advancement, Paleolithic Age, Mesolithic Age, Neolithic Age. Okay, children, you write these words 5 times on your notebook and try to study the spellings. Okay, that's all for today. We will continue the rest of the lesson in next class. Thank you.